There are moments in life when everything feels heavy, when you're giving your very best, but nothing seems to move. When the people you expected to support you disappear, when you feel stuck, tired, or even forgotten. If this is you right now, hear me clearly. Your hard season is not the end of your story. Hard seasons come to everyone. No one is exempt. You are not weak because you're hurting. You are not behind because you're tired. And you're not broken because you feel overwhelmed. This is simply a chapter, not your whole book. And like every chapter before it, this one will turn. This one will pass. This one will make sense when you look back on it with clearer eyes and a fuller heart. Right now, you might be asking yourself, why? Why is this happening? Why now? Why me? And those questions are all valid. They're human. You're human. They're the questions we all ask when we're in the thick of something difficult. But here's what I want you to consider. What if the why isn't as important as the what? What if instead of asking, why is this happening, you ask, what's this season preparing you for? What if the struggle isn't random, but intentional? What if the hardship isn't meaningless, but meaningful? Meaningful in ways you can't yet see. Some of your greatest growth is happening right now, not when life is easy, but when you're pushing through things you don't understand. Growth doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It doesn't show up with confetti or applause. Growth is quiet. Growth is slow. It's the kind of thing you only notice months or years later when you realize you're handling situations with a grace and strength you didn't have before. When you realize the things that used to break you no longer shake you. When you realize you've become someone you didn't even know you were capable of becoming. Pressure forms diamonds. Fire purifies gold. And storms, they grow deep roots. These aren't just poetic phrases. They're truths about transformation. They're truths about you. You are actually becoming stronger than you realize. You are developing the endurance you will need for the next level. You are learning, maturing, and becoming wiser. Even when you don't see progress, even when every day feels the same, even when you feel like you're just surviving, God is working behind the scenes. Growth is happening beneath the surface. Roots are spreading. Strength is building. And one day, you'll stand tall because of the foundation being formed right now. You may feel like everything is falling apart, but sometimes things fall apart so something better can come together. You may feel like doors are closing, but some doors have to close so you stop settling where you don't belong. You may feel alone, but you're being separated for elevation. Isolation isn't always rejection. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's redirection. And sometimes God moves people out of your life, not to hurt you, but to make room for the people who are meant to walk with you into your future. Sometimes the emptiness you feel now is creating space for the fullness that's coming. This season is not punishment, it's preparation. It's preparing your character for the opportunities ahead. It's preparing your heart for the blessings you've been praying for. It's preparing your mind for the clarity and vision you're going to need. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's painful. And yes, there are days when you want to give up. But discomfort is part of the process. Pain is part of the refining. And the desire to quit is often a sign that you're closer than you think. So don't give up. Don't let the weight of this moment convince you that your future is small. Don't let temporary pain make you forget your purpose. You were created for more than just getting through. You were created to thrive, to flourish, to rise. And this season, as difficult as it is part of that journey. It's part of your becoming. It's part of your story. And your story isn't over yet. You are stronger than you feel. In this moment, you might feel weak. You might feel fragile. You might feel like you're barely holding it together. But strength isn't the absence of struggle. Strength is showing up even when it's hard. Strength is taking one more step when you don't think you can. Strength is choosing hope when despair feels easier. And you've been doing that. Every day that you wake up and face this season, you're proving your strength. Every moment you resist the urge to quit, you're demonstrating courage. You are stronger than you feel. You are braver than you believe. Bravery isn't about not being afraid. It's about being afraid and moving forward anyway. It's about facing uncertainty with faith. It's about trusting that even when you can't see the full picture, there is a plan, there is a purpose, there is a reason, and you have been brave. You have been walking through fear. You have been taking steps into the unknown. You have been holding on when letting go seemed easier. That is bravery. That is courage. And it's already inside you. And you're closer than you think, closer to the breakthrough, closer to the shift, closer to the moment when everything starts to make sense. We often underestimate how close we are to change because change doesn't always announce itself. It builds quietly in the background. And then, one day, suddenly, everything shifts. The job comes through, the relationship heals, the clarity arrives, the door opens, the weight lifts, and you realize that all those hard days weren't wasted. They were necessary. They were part of the process that brought you here. Breakthroughs often come right after the moment you were about to quit. Think about that. How many people have been inches away from their miracle and gave up? How many people stopped right before the shift was about to happen? Don't let that be you. Don't let exhaustion steal what is already on its way. Don't let discouragement convince you to walk away from what you've been fighting for. You've come too far. You've endured too much. You've invested too much of yourself to stop now. Hold on. Hold on through the doubt. Hold on through the fatigue. Hold on through the moments when it feels like nothing is changing, because shift is coming. You might not see it yet, but it's forming. Strength is coming. The kind of strength that doesn't just let you go through hard times, but positions you to help others through theirs. Peace is coming. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on your circumstances, but rests in your spirit regardless of what's happening around you. Direction is coming. The kind of clarity that makes your next steps obvious, that gives you confidence, that propels you forward with purpose. And restoration is coming. Everything that's been lost, delayed, or broken is being restored behind the scenes. What's meant for you is already being prepared. So, one day soon, you will look back at this season and say, it didn't break me, it built me. You'll see that this wasn't wasted time. This wasn't a detour. This was the path. This was the process. This was the journey that shaped you into the person you needed to become. You'll see that the tears watered the seeds of your future, that the pain refined your purpose, that the struggle strengthened your spirit. And you'll be grateful, not for the hardship itself, but for what it produced in you, for who you became because of it. Keep going. Keep moving forward, even when the steps are small, even when the progress feels invisible, even when no one sees what you're doing or how hard you're trying. Keep going, because your hard season is not your final season. This is not where your story ends. This is where your story gets deeper, richer, more meaningful. This is where you develop the testimony that will inspire someone else. This is where you gain the wisdom that will carry you through every season ahead. Your breakthrough is on the way. It's closer than it appears. It's building momentum even now. And when it arrives, you'll understand why everything had to happen the way it did. You'll see the connections. You'll recognize the purpose. You'll appreciate the process. And you'll step into your next season with a strength, a confidence, and a faith that could only have been forged in the fire of this hard season. So today, right now, wherever you are, whatever you're facing, however heavy it feels, know this: you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are in process. You are being prepared. You are being built, and your breakthrough is on the way. Hold on. Keep going. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might benefit from it today. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.